Welcome back to our 75th episode, Cardinals.
My name is Omar Martinez.
And my name is Kenya Gorola.
Today, we bring you information on sports fitness,
mental health,
depression, and more.
Yes, that is right. Today's episode is all about mental health.
News Entertainment Student Television has partnered with the County of San Diego Health and Human Services,
our Health Academy,
and the HOO-RYDE Children's Hospital Faces for the Future program to bring you today's episode.
Mental health is a detrimental factor for well-being. Every year, about 42.5 million Americans suffer from some mental illness. Arlene introduces the topic.
Hoover Cardinals. Today we introduce a serious topic about mental health, which is our emotional, physical, and social well-being. Mental Health Awareness Month is in May, which raises awareness and educates the public about mental illnesses. Nationally, 1 in 5 young adults suffer from a mental illness. That is about 20% of our population. But youth mental health is worsening due to the fact that only 4% of the total healthcare budget is spent on mental health.
1 in 5 adults in San Diego suffer from a mental health challenge, and about half of the mental illnesses begin around age 14 all the way up to 24 years old.
Mental Health Month awareness is important because we want people who are experiencing any struggles to feel supported. There is a large number of students here at Hoover who are going through a lot of mental health challenges, and so we want them to know that there's support in the community, there's support here at Hoover, there's also support like in the nation at large, and we just want people to feel like the things that they're going through, they can have the support that they need to overcome them, and just ultimately for them to be happy.
Mental illnesses are health conditions that involve changes in thinking, emotion, and/or behavior. Every year since 1949, the month of May has brought awareness to mental health. The green ribbons you see around campus represent the annual Green Ribbon Campaign. Wearing this lime green ribbon shows that you support this awareness. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood through adulthood. At least 45% of us will experience a mental illness during our lives. Although it occurs in both male and females, statistically women are more commonly affected by anxiety disorders than men. 20% of youth ages 13 to 18 live with a mental health condition, and only 1 in 5 teenagers suffering from anxiety receive treatment. Mental Health Awareness Month is here to raise awareness and to help those in need seek help. However, because of the stigma around mental health, people are ashamed to seek help.
Knowing where you can find help and resources accessible to you can be helpful and convenient, but also important that you seek for them. Angelica brings us more information.
I believe it's important to ask for help because the research has said that 1 in 5 adults in San Diego suffer from a mental health challenge. So there are some students and young adults out there that are suffering, and the resources are available, and they're free, and they're easy to access if they just ask an adult for that assistance. So at Hoover, we are really lucky. We have 7 full-time school counselors. We have an amazing health center. Out of the health center, we have a social worker where we refer students who are seeking some counseling, and then she does her process, which I believe you've been meeting with Miss Cindy, referring them to HOO-RYDE Children's, to UPAC, one of our providers, for that one-on-one counseling.
Do I think it's important to seek out help for mental health? I think it's very important. I think sometimes students don't realize that there's a lot of support in talking to someone about your problems. My office is a safe space. It's confidential. So sometimes the students want to come in here and just talk about whatever problems they're having at home or with someone else. I think it helps a lot of our students feel better. So they can always come here, and if they feel comfortable, they'll get a feel of how therapy would be like. And therapy is more one-on-one, once a week, and that's for students who are dealing with depression, anxiety, some of our students who are cutting or feel suicidal. We definitely want to connect to mental health.
Hey Cardinals, if you know someone or if you are someone who is struggling with mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, or stress, don't hesitate to come and talk to a counselor or come get help from the health center.
One of the most important things that you can do to cope with stress is to make sure that you're eating healthy and exercising. When we are stressed, we tend to not eat healthy or not eat at all. We usually don't get a lot of physical exercise just because we're so stressed with everything going on, and that will make us feel worse. And so that can, it just creates a cycle. So you can actually break that cycle of stress if you just change your eating habits, start eating healthier and getting a lot of physical exercise and just doing something fun. So it's really important to take care of yourself when you're feeling stressed, even though it seems like you might not have a lot of time. It's also important to have a good support system. Relating to those people can make that stress not seem so bad. And you just always want to be reaching out to others. Get seeing your counselor, a mental health therapist can really help you come up with specific coping strategies for stress that will work for you.
Seek help. Talk with your counselor, visit the health center, and for more information, visit up2sd.org, a mental health resource provided by the County of San Diego, Health and Human Services.
Mental illness is a difficult obstacle to overcome. However, there are success stories that have led to mental stability. Huda further explains.
Mental health issues are a problem that affect teenagers all over the world. These detriments, while difficult to overcome, can be beaten, including here on our campus.
Depression is among the most common mental illnesses in today's teens. According to Center for Discovery, a treatment center that specializes in mental health, every 100 minutes, at least one teen takes their own life.
How difficult was this process of yours while you were trying to get through and fight through the depression?
It was really hard. I really didn't think I was gonna get through it, and I just felt really alone and trapped at the time when I knew I had my family and friends, until I seeked help, and I got a therapist and she helped me out, and it was help for me.
Intense anger and the failure to manage it can be a dangerous and scary problem. Teens who have difficulty managing their anger often result to violence and substance abuse, according to Psych Central, a website dedicated to psychology.
So how did you start living a healthier lifestyle?
I guess it started when I started wrestling, because wrestling helped me build better choices, because I knew I had to lose weight, and then yeah.
How did you overcome all the people doubting you and all the obstacles?
Well, I mean, people would doubt me all the time, but it didn't really matter because I knew I could prove them wrong, and I always end up proving people wrong because I just improve myself and make sure that I'm doing what I know is correct.
While anxiety is a normal part of life, an anxiety disorder is a much more difficult problem. According to ADAA, the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, 80% of teens with anxiety disorders are not getting treated, making this one of the most ignored mental illness among adolescents.
Trying I haven't been eating, and it's hard, just that basically.
What are you doing to overcome these challenges of yours?
I've been reading a lot of poetry, and I've been coloring a coloring book for mental stress.
Addiction is an issue that any of us can fall victim to. 9 out of 10 people are addicted to some sort of substance, according to Central on Addiction, making this arguably the most common mental illness among teenagers.
So how did you become addicted to painkillers?
Well, mostly I don't know, just my friend, he passed me on, he's try it, and I just started trying it, and I got addicted. It just made me feel just relaxed. It was addicting, it just made me relax and chill.
How did you get over this addiction, and how hard was it for you?
It was pretty hard because I was addicted. I would do mostly every day, and I got professional help. I went to groups and my friends helped me, and it was hard because I just wanted to do it.
So how did this addiction of yours affect the people around you?
Well, I just really isolated myself because I would be I don't want to, I would not hang out with people just to do my own things and my own drugs, and
anyone can have any number of these problems, and while they may feel alone, they should know that they're far from it. Always remember that these issues all have one thing in common: they all can be beaten.
laziness moves entertainment to the television.
Did you know what you consume affects how your body performs? Alex tells us about good eating habits which will help your body in the long run.
Do you ever wonder if what you're eating is healthy? If your daily eating habits are healthy, then does that mean that you perform academically and physically better than if you aren't? Studies show that eating healthier reduces the risk of chronic illness and diseases including heart diseases, cancer, and strokes.
What type of foods do you eat?
I don't really eat, but when I do, it's mainly junk food.
How do you think that affects your health?
I'm slow, I'm always tired. I get lazy a lot.
How does it affect your performance in school?
I procrastinate a lot. I fall asleep in class. I don't come on time.
What types of foods do you recommend on game day?
On game day, I would say, for the players to be light, they don't want to be too heavy and whatnot. So I said good foods to eat for game day would be a salad, some chicken breast, and some fruit. Best time to eat before a game, I would say between 2 to 3 hours. Healthy diets could be a lot of protein. You know what you hear every day, your chicken breast, your fish, lots of vegetables, and drink plenty of water.
How does healthy eating affect your mood?
Well, if you're low in sugar and you don't have any food in you, you're going to be upset, cranky, angry, unable to concentrate.
What types of food are beneficial to the brain?
Fats, so healthy fats like nuts, seeds. So I'm a big fan of walnuts, almonds. I like dried fruit. Dried fruit's really good. Kind of gives you those simple carbs, good sugars to kind of get your brain going, and then the nuts are really what help your brain thrive.
What types of foods can hurt your brain?
I hate to say it, like the chips, the wrong kind of fats are going to hurt your brain. They're not going to have you concentrate as well. Sugary drinks are going to have your sugar spike, and so then you'll be alert, and then you're going to crash and be really tired, so that will affect your learning and concentration.
The brain works hard 24/7 even when you're asleep. This means the brain requires a constant supply of fuel. 60% of our brain is made of the omega-3 fat DHA, which can be found in eggs, sardines, walnuts, and wild salmon. Study shows that people who take in good food decrease in their anxiety levels, perception of stress, and mental outlook compared to those who eat hot Cheetos all day. So remember, eat nutritious foods to keep your brain active and your body in shape.
Unhealthy relationship is not a topic that is often talked about. It is important that you understand the difference between healthy and unhealthy relationships and how you can stay away from those who don't have the best intention. Omar tells us more.
As high school students, we have all felt pressure to fit in with different types of groups, especially dealing with relationships. But what happens when you are caught in a relationship that is unhealthy? What is the difference between a healthy and unhealthy relationship? What is the definition of a healthy relationship?
Well, a healthy relationship is when two people are in a relationship where they're both contributing to the relationship, meaning that they're both putting their energy into it. They feel like they can be themselves, and even if there's conflict, they can resolve those conflicts in ways that are healthy and don't hurt either one of them.
How can an unhealthy relationship affect a person's mental health?
So one of the aspects is belittling and making the person feel less than or small. And so that begins to attack the person's sense of self-esteem and feeling good about themselves.
What are the components of a healthy relationship?
I think open communication and being honest with yourself and your friend, partner, whoever that may be, is crucial to having a good relationship.
What can be the results of miscommunication in a relationship?
Well, I think if there's miscommunication, then people aren't being understood and they're not being heard. So I think their feelings are going to be hurt and they're going to be misrepresented.
If you or a friend are in an unhealthy relationship, what should you do?
I suggest that you see a counselor and discuss what about that relationship is making it unhealthy.
I think one of us should talk about it, at least step in and be the bigger person and try to fix things.
Why do you think it is hard for some people to leave an unhealthy relationship?
I think it's hard because you're just so enwrapped and consumed by your love for that person that you forget to focus on your health, and you kind of just disregard your own personal health for loving that person.
I think it's hard for people to leave unhealthy relationships just because they grow to be too comfortable with the situation, and it's hard to face it and take care of it and resolve it.
1.5 million high school students in the U.S. experience physical abuse from a dating partner each year. This can be through physical, mental, and verbal abuse. These are some of the signs of an unhealthy relationship. If you need help, please seek a counselor or the school psychologist here at campus. Stay safe, Cardinals.
If you find yourself in an unhealthy relationship, seek your counselors and school psychologists for help.
Staying fit comes with several benefits that can help you perform better academically and bring you a positive attitude. Can you tell us more about the importance of staying fit for your health?
As students, we constantly use our brain to learn and retain information. Any sort of physical activity can help our brain become more efficient and reduce stress. As a result, this will help you concentrate in the classroom and perform better academically.
Exercise is fantastic for the brain. So I'm actually going to start by sort of explaining what this idea of neuroplasticity is. Neuro basically means brain, and plasticity means the ability to shape or change something. So just like if you heat up plastic and you can make it into a plastic fork, you can effectively change your brain over your lifetime. And exercise actually improves your ability to do that. So if you think about it, when you exercise and you're running, your heart is pumping faster, right? Which means you're pumping more oxygen to your brain. And the benefits of pumping that additional oxygen to your brain are things like hormones are released more easily and better throughout your body. So, for example, melatonin, that is the hormone you want to release so that you can go to sleep at night, right? We like to sleep. If you exercise, melatonin is more easily released in your brain. Recently, a study from UCLA just came out that basically proves that exercise increases this idea of having neuroplasticity, new pathways forming in your brain. So when you're 25 years old, you can still learn how to play the piano, and exercising boosts that ability. So for students, this is fantastic because you're always learning and trying to create these new pathways in your brain, and exercise really supports that.
Honestly, to improve mental health, it can be 5 minutes, it can be 10 minutes. I squeeze a run in at lunch every day, so it's about 30 minutes. But really, just getting outside and doing something active whenever you can is best. Obviously, the best for physical and mental benefit would be 30 minutes to an hour. But if you have 5 minutes to go take a walk or jog or whatever it is you like to do, that will help you.
I'm so stressed out, it's been a really long day, I don't have time to exercise. Really think, can I set 10 to 15 minutes aside to do some strength training, to do a little bit of stretching, to get my heart rate up? And so that kind of leads me to this idea of access. So I think that sometimes people think, well, I don't have a gym membership or I'm not part of a sports team, so like what am I going to do to exercise? So there are thousands of free videos online, on YouTube, on fitness channels online that will allow you to access workouts of any type that you want, yoga, core training, anything.
Hoover offers a wide variety of sports that will help you stay active and healthy, including football, volleyball, track and field, and cross country. For more info, visit Athletic Director Coach Staley.
Hello Hoover Cardinals, my name is Brisa Cappy and it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So this week on QQ we ask, how can you be healthier?
Smoking less, not as much.
By not taking naps after I eat a giant meal.
I feel like I need more veggies in my meals, like to cook around the vegetables instead of cooking with the protein first.
By eating salad and exercise and doing sport. Hey!
I like to eat fruits and vegetables because they get to me healthy.
I think you should go out to a park and play some sports.
How can you be healthier?
You can be healthier by having a proper sleeping schedule or having a healthier, balanced diet.
I think you can just get more sleep, work out, and go on a diet.
Eating healthy and 30 minutes of workout every day.
Drinking water and getting adequate sleep.
Just my eating habits. I can eat more greens, vegetables. I can stay away from sweets, a lot of sweets, because I have a big sweet tooth, but I can stay away from a lot of sweets. Drink more water, less sugary drinks like soda.
The main thing I can think of is probably drinking less energy drinks. I like to have them at lunch a lot of times, and all my students like to yell at me. So that'd probably be the main way.
See, you just gotta do it, like Nike says, just do it. You gotta exercise more, and you gotta do what you gotta do.
concludes today's episode.
Remember, Senior Night Award is on the 31st.
Prom is June 2nd.
Grades are due June 6th for seniors.
And underclassmen, grades close on the last day of school and will be mailed home.
My name is Omar.
And my name is Kenya from the Nest.
And today, we celebrate our 75th episode. Remember, Wednesdays are awesome. HOO-RYDE!